Welcome to our short video explaining simply the primary area of need in relation to the categories of special educational needs. Special educational needs and disabilities, or SEND, are broadly grouped into four primary areas of need. It's important to remember that every child or young PAON is unique and may have needs across more than one area. The Specialist Teaching Service was formed in September 2024 to support schools and families in Southend City Council. The service supports all students with special educational needs within Southend mainstream schools. The sensory team also work in special schools. Generally, we support students from Year 1, however the sensory team, which supports students who have a vision or hearing loss, supports students from birth in all settings. As a service, we also help families and schools unpick and understand presenting needs. Whilst we are not a diagnostic service, many of our specialist teachers also carry specialist qualifications, experience, which means we are able to help schools and settings establish what special educational needs a child or young person has. Then, more importantly, we support families and schools, colleges provide the correct support in place. In this video we will provide you with a simple overview of the four areas of SEND Code of Practice. There are four categories of need as defined in the SEND Code of Practice. 1. Communication and interaction. 2. Cognition and learning. 3. Social, emotional and mental health difficulties. 4. Physical and/or sensory needs. In this definition of sensory needs, it relates to children and young people who have a hearing loss or vision impairment. The SEND Code states that many children and young people have difficulties that fit clearly into one of these areas. Some have needs that span two or more areas. For others, the precise nature of their need may not be clear at the outset. The first area is communication and interaction. Children and young people may find it difficult to understand language, express themselves, or engage in social communication. This includes pupils with speech, language and communication needs, as well as those who are autistic. Communication and interaction difficulties are often considered under two different areas: speech, language and communication, social communication. The communication and interaction category covers a lot of needs and issues that a child and young people may have, including autistic spectrum condition. In the classroom, you might notice that a child struggles to follow instructions, particularly if they contain several steps or are delivered quickly. They may frequently ask for information to be repeated or appear not to be listening when, in fact, they have not processed what has been said. In this first area of need is communication and interaction. Children and young people in this area may find it difficult to understand language, express themselves, or engage in social communication. This includes pupils with speech, language and communication needs, SLCN, as well as autistic pupils. Some pupils may have difficulty finding the right words to express their thoughts and ideas, leading to pauses, incomplete sentences, or frustration when communicating. Others may use a limited vocabulary or have difficulty understanding abstract language, humor, sarcasm, or idioms such as "pull your socks up" or "keep an eye on it." Children with communication and interaction needs may also find social situations challenging. They may struggle to interpret facial expressions, body language, tone of voice, or the unwritten social rules that many people naturally understand. This can lead to difficulties making and maintaining friendships, taking turns in conversations, or recognizing how others are feeling. The second area is cognition and learning. These pupils may learn at a different pace from their peers and need additional support to develop skills such as reading, writing, memory, or problem solving. This includes specific learning difficulties like dyslexia and more general learning difficulties. The second area of need is cognition and learning. Children and young people with cognition and learning needs may learn at a different pace from their peers and require additional support to develop skills such as reading, writing, numeracy, memory, organization, and problem solving. This area includes moderate and severe learning difficulties, profound and multiple learning difficulties, and specific learning difficulties such as dyslexia, dyscalculia, and dyspraxia. In the classroom, you might notice that a pupil takes longer to understand new concepts or needs information to be repeated several times before they can retain it. They may struggle to remember instructions, recall previously taught learning, or apply a skill that they have successfully demonstrated in a previous lesson. Children with specific learning difficulties such as dyslexia may have difficulties with reading accuracy and fluency, spelling, phonological awareness, or written expression. They may avoid reading aloud, become anxious when asked to write independently, or produce work that does not reflect their verbal understanding. A child with dyscalculia may struggle to understand number concepts, remember mathematical facts, or solve calculations despite repeated teaching. Specific learning difficulties covers a range of learning profiles. Sometimes a student can have more than one. Profound and multiple learning difficulties is known as PMLD. Severe learning difficulties is known as SLD. Moderate learning difficulties is known as MLD. Profound and multiple learning difficulties, PMLD. Pupils with profound and multiple learning difficulties have complex learning needs alongside significant physical, sensory, medical, or communication difficulties. They require a highly individualized curriculum centered on communication, sensory experiences, physical development, and engagement with the world around them. Severe learning difficulties, SLD. Pupils with severe learning difficulties have significant cognitive delays and require highly personalized teaching approaches. They are likely to need substantial support with communication, self-care, and everyday living skills, alongside their academic learning. Moderate learning difficulties, MLD. Pupils with moderate learning difficulties generally attain below age-related expectations across most areas of the curriculum. They learn more slowly than their peers and benefit from differentiated teaching, repetition, and scaffolded support. The third area is social, emotional and mental health, often shortened to CEMH. Children may experience challenges with managing emotions, building relationships, or regulating their behavior. Anxiety, attachment difficulties, and other mental health needs can all impact a child's ability to access learning. The SEND Code of Practice recognizes that pupils may experience a wide range of social and emotional difficulties. These can present in many different ways, including becoming withdrawn or isolated, displaying challenging or disruptive behavior, showing signs of anxiety or depression, struggling with self-esteem, or finding it difficult to regulate their emotions. Some pupils may also have underlying mental health difficulties that require additional support. It is important to recognize that behavior is a form of communication. A child who appears oppositional, disruptive, or disengaged may actually be communicating anxiety, frustration, fear, or an unmet need. CEMH needs can be influenced by a variety of factors, including attachment difficulties, adverse childhood experiences, trauma, social circumstances, neurodevelopmental differences, or diagnosed mental health conditions. However, the presence of these factors does not automatically mean a child has CEMH needs, and each pupil should be considered individually. SEMH is one of the most complex areas of SEND to unpick and work out factors that can be contributing to a child or young person's distress. Sometimes a child or young person has had clear documented trauma in their life, but often situations are more complex and can often have undiagnosed special educational needs. At times, school can refer due to behavioral presentation. However, when we work with the child or young person, we can see unmet SEND needs are contributing to a child or young person's presentation. The fourth area is sensory and/or physical needs. This includes pupils with hearing or vision impairments, physical disabilities, or sensory processing differences that require adaptations to the environment, resources, or teaching approaches. While these categories help us understand different needs, our focus should always be on the individual child. By identifying strengths, understanding barriers to learning, and providing the right support, we can create inclusive classrooms where every pupil has the opportunity to succeed. To support schools and settings, we have created simple one-page outlines showing staff what are some basic adaptations you can make in every classroom. You can download these from our free special educational needs resource area called a Padlet. You can use the QR code or search Southend City Inclusion Ideas and Inspiration Padlet. When you enter the Padlet, remember to scroll across and scroll down columns. You will find lots of easy to access information. Thank you for watching our presentation. You will find other simple to access videos on our YouTube channel. Search YouTube Southend City Council Specialist Teaching Service.